I have flown into Cancun 3 times now, the past 2 of which I have been interested in the aircraft there. On my most recent trip there, in February of 2025, I landed on runway 12 left. After slowing down, the Airbus A321 I was flying in pulled a 180-degree turn onto the parallel taxiway. I was seated on the left side of the aircraft at the window. I was excited to both be in Mexico and at Cancun International Airport again, but didn't expect what I would see next.
My God, there's a DC-3 there. Look at that. Holy old. Oh my God, 727's? Holy, there's 727's. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy crap. That just made my day right there. Those just made my day.
That's the one we're riding on the way back.
No, seriously though, those just made my day.
Along the edge of the taxiway, almost directly in the center, I was not expecting to see 2 Boeing 727s on the side of the taxiway. I was obviously extremely excited about this, as I had never seen a 727 in person, let alone up close. Quick fun fact, I also actually got lucky enough to have one of the Cancun Police or National Guard 727s fly over my resort later on in the week, so I did get to see one actually flying, which was cool, but that's not the point of the video. After returning home from my week in Mexico, these 727s had not left my mind. This eventually led to curiosity about what is the story behind these 2 rundown 727s. I ended up researching these 727s, finding out everything I could, and I planned to make a video, which I ended up scrapping until now. These are the histories of the 2 Boeing 727s rotting at Cancun. X-Ray Alpha Tango Lima Zulu was the registration of the Boeing 727 2B7 Advanced painted with Allegro on its side. It was the 1735th Boeing 727 built with the serial number 22163. It was manufactured on March 27, 1981 and is currently over 44 years old. It was delivered to U.S. Air on April 10, 1981 under the registration November 771 Alpha Lima. After nearly 6 years of service, it was sold to Sterling Airways under the new registration Oscar Yankee Sierra Bravo November on March 23, 1987. From what I've gathered, Sterling Airways collapsed in 1993, with a new Sterling European Airways emerging in its place in 1994, where this aircraft would continue to serve, starting on March 27, 1994. Further research on the aircraft was a little bit difficult as I had very limited information and very few sources, but from what I've gathered, after about 4 years with Sterling European, Oscar Yankee Sierra Bravo November was sold to Pegasus Aviation, a company of which I have gathered very limited information about, but it seems to have been an aircraft leasing company. This occurred on June 11, 1998, with a new registration of November 9er 23 Papa Golf. At some point during 1998, after Pegasus acquired the aircraft, it seems to have been sold once again to Pacific Aircraft Corporation. I've also seen it called Pacific Air Corp, which is another obscure company, which I couldn't find anything about. This led to the aircraft being acquired by Allegro Air, properly called Líneas Aéreas Allegro, which I hopefully pronounced right, on January 1st of 1999, where it was finally registered as X-Ray Alpha Tango Lima Zulu, and it was on lease. The 727 operated seemingly up into 2004 until Allegro ceased operations entirely, where the aircraft, as painted currently, ceased further operation itself. Since then, it has ended up on the side of the taxiway at Cancun without its engines, used for firefighter training. X-Ray Alpha Romeo X-Ray India is the second Boeing 727 at Cancun, specifically a Boeing 727-225. It was the 771st 727 built with the serial number 20150. It was manufactured on November 5th of 1969, having just turned 56 years old. It was delivered to Eastern Airlines on November 14th of 1969 under the registration November 8831 Echo. During its service with Eastern on February 15th of 1983, the aircraft had a problem while retracting its landing gear on departure from Miami. The left landing gear was stuck in an odd position in the door and an emergency belly landing took place. The aircraft was not damaged heavily, and there weren't any injuries as far as I know, let alone fatalities, but I don't know how long the aircraft was out of service. It ended up serving with Eastern for over 20 years overall, and was eventually sold to X-Tex International in June of 1991, which is unfortunately another company I know nothing about. On June 19th of the same year, the aircraft was purchased by Aero Ejecutivo, where the aircraft got its registration X-Ray Alpha Romeo X-Ray India. In 1993, the name of the airline changed to Aero XO, which is the very faded livery the aircraft still has today. The aircraft was taken out of service at some time in 1995 and eventually made its way to Cancun, where it was stripped of its engines, no longer has a nose cone, and has since been used for firefighter training, and is unfortunately rotting away in not very good condition. I hope that if you made it this far into the video, you found the video entertaining, interesting, or both. If you did like this kind of video, please let me know down in the comments, or just whatever your thoughts are. I don't really mind. I don't know if I will do anything like this again in the future. This was kind of a one-off thing that just interested me, but I will keep it considered. I'm going back to Cancun in 2026, so I'll see if I can see the aircraft again. But other than that, thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.